let's journey back to a more uncomplicated era. There's a special charm in reminiscing about the television programs that once filled us with anticipation. Today, let's revisit Little House on the Prairie. It was the year 1974, and the Ingalls family became a beacon of comfort for America. In the midst of a weary and contentious Vietnam War, the serene simplicity of a frontier cabin inhabited by a loving family offered solace to many. Although the series depicts the daily life and adventures of a farming family in the late 1800s, the themes it explores remain relevant to audiences even in the present day. Little House on the Prairie quickly captured the hearts of viewers and will undoubtedly be enshrined as one of the finest shows in television history. Inspired by the best-selling Little House books, penned by Laura Ingalls Wilder, the series draws from the author's own experiences, lending authenticity to its portrayal of frontier life. Karen Grassel as Caroline Ingalls. Karen Grassel, born on February 25, 1942, enjoyed a flourishing career on the stage before assuming the role of Caroline, the nurturing figurehead of the Ingalls clan, in Little House on the Prairie. Departing from the series in 1982, Grassel left a year prior to its conclusion. She later recounted the fluctuations in her relationship with fellow actor Landon while on set. "When I first joined the pilot, he displayed tremendous kindness and sensitivity, serving as a supportive director who allowed me to find my footing in this new medium," she shared with People. "Our initial interactions were really positive. Unfortunately, things changed," she reflected, alluding to the strains that surfaced after she requested a salary increase for the second season. Eventually, Grassel and Landon reconnected and made amends before his passing in 1991. "Mike and I parted ways on good terms, and I'm grateful for that," she affirmed. Following her tenure leading a theater troupe in Santa Fe, New Mexico, Grassel joined the Actors Theater of Louisville in Kentucky. Additionally, she graced the screens of television dramas such as Murder, She Wrote, and Hotel, while portraying Mrs. Sutherland in the 1994 film Wyatt Earp. Michael Landon as Charles Ingalls. Michael Landon, born Eugene Maurice Orowitz, had already established himself as a prominent figure in the entertainment industry before his iconic role in Little House on the Prairie, with memorable performances in I Was a Teenage Werewolf and Bonanza. Landon not only portrayed Charles, the patriarch of the Ingalls family, but also took on the responsibilities of writing, directing, and producing the series. Following his time on Little House on the Prairie, he continued his career as both an actor and executive producer on Highway to Heaven. In the series, he portrayed Jonathan Smith, a novice angel dispatched to aid individuals on Earth. Running for 5 seasons, the show served as a reunion platform for Landon and several familiar faces from Little House, including Victor French, Richard Bull, Matthew Labiorto, and Shannon Doherty. In April of 1991, Landon disclosed that he had been diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. Undeterred, he expressed to Life magazine, "Death's gonna have to do a lot of fighting to get me." However, he passed away on July 1st of the same year at the age of 54. Throughout his life, Landon entered into 3 marriages and fathered 9 children. His first marriage was to Dodie Levy Fraser in 1956, with whom he had 2 children, Mark and Josh. They divorced in 1962. Subsequently, Landon wed Marjorie Lynn Noy in 1963 and expanded his family with 5 children, Cheryl, Leslie, Michael Jr., Shauna, and Christopher. Their marriage ended in 1982. Finally, in 1983, Landon exchanged vows with Cindy Clerico, a makeup artist on Little House on the Prairie, and together they welcomed 2 more children, Jennifer and Sean, Rachel Lindsay Greenbush and Sydney Greenbush as Carrie Ingalls. Siblings. Rachel Lindsay and Sydney Greenbush brought Carrie Ingalls to life on Little House and were jointly credited as Lindsay Sydney Greenbush in the series opening. Following their departure from the show in 1982, Rachel Lindsay appeared in Matt Houston, while Sidney took on a role in the drama Hambone and Hilly. They also collaborated on advertisements for Double Mint Gum, Mattel, and Kentucky Fried Chicken before stepping away from acting to focus on their education. Rachel Lindsay crossed paths with her future husband, Danny Sanchez, on the set of Little House on the Prairie. Living nearby, he would sneak onto the set to spend time with the cast and crew. During a reunion special on Hallmark's Home and Family, she shared the story of their initial encounter and subsequent reunion 30 years later. In 2014, they exchanged vows beneath the same tree where their journey began. Richard Bull as Nels Olson. On Little House on the Prairie, Richard Bull portrayed Nels Olson, the head of the Olson family, and he remained with the show from its inception to its conclusion. Bull hailed from Illinois, and despite his passion for cinema, he stumbled into acting unexpectedly via LittleHouseOnThePrairie.com. Encouraged by a friend, he enrolled at the Goodman Theater School, where his love for performing blossomed. It was also where he crossed paths with Barbara Collentine, who would later become his wife of 66 years. While Bull cherished his stage performances, he swiftly adapted to television acting, appearing in shows like Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea, Gunsmoke, Mission Impossible, and others. Additionally, he graced the silver screen in films such as The Stalking Moon, The Andromeda Strain, and High Plains Drifter. Upon joining the cast of Little House, Bull expressed his admiration, stating, "This series is especially gratifying. As a director and producer, Landon has a clear vision and achieves it. He empathizes with actors' challenges, having been one himself." Bull passed away on February 3, 2014, due to complications from pneumonia at the age of 89. In remembrance, Arngrim remarked that the actor who portrayed her on-screen father exuded the same kindness, intelligence, thoughtfulness, and reasonableness as you'd expect from Nels Olson himself. Catherine McGregor as Harriet Olson. Catherine Scotty. McGregor, originally named Dorley Dean. McGregor portrayed Harriet Olson, the mischievous troublemaker and rumor-monger of Walnut Grove, and the mother of Nellie and Willie. From 1974 to 1983. Prior to her role in the series, she graced popular shows like All in the Family and Ironside. Following her tenure on Little House on the Prairie, she returned to the theater scene and served as a mentor to aspiring young actors before retiring in the early 2000s. McGregor passed away in 2018 at the age of 93. Gilbert paid tribute to her on Instagram, stating, "This remarkable woman taught me countless lessons about the craft of acting, vintage jewelry, life itself. She was candid and brilliantly humorous. An exceptionally talented actress, she effortlessly portrayed a detestable character, yet infused it with profound warmth. Her portrayal of Harriet Olson was the character our fans loved to loathe." She further remarked, "What many outside our Prairie family didn't realize was how affectionate and supportive she was toward the younger cast members." Melissa Sue Anderson as Mary Ingalls. Melissa Sue Anderson portrayed Mary Ingalls on Little House on the Prairie throughout seasons 1 to 7, later returning for 3 episodes in season 8. During her tenure on Little House, she earned an Emmy nomination. Additionally, she made her cinematic debut in the 1981 horror film Happy Birthday to Me. Subsequently, she has appeared in a variety of films and television series, including The Con Is On alongside Uma Thurman in 2018. Anderson penned a memoir titled The Way I See It, a look back at my life on Little House, which was published in 2010. Within its pages, she shared anecdotes from behind the scenes of her portrayal of Mary Ingalls and chronicled her career both preceding and following Little House on the Prairie. In 1990, she tied the knot with writer and executive producer Michael Sloan, whom she met on the set of Alfred Hitchcock Presents. Together, they have 2 children, Piper and Griffin. Relocating to Montreal, Canada in 2002, they attained Canadian citizenship in 2007. Kevin Hagen as Dr. Hiram Baker. Kevin Hagen portrayed Dr. Hiram Baker in the series. Hagen's inaugural recurring role on a series occurred in 1958 when he portrayed John Colton, the municipal administrator of New Orleans in the CBS Western Yancey Derringer. On April 29, 1962, Hagen secured a role in the episode Court of Lawman. Hagen made guest appearances on Gunsmoke, The Big Valley, Bonanza, Laramie, Have Gun, Will Travel, Mannix, The Time Tunnel, and Perry Mason. He featured in 3 episodes of Mason. In 1958, he portrayed Sergeant Burke in The Case of the Sardonic Sergeant. In 1965, he portrayed the murderer Jacob Leonard in The Case of the Gambling Lady, and Samuel Carlton in The Case of the Fugitive Fräulein. Hagen assumed the role of Inspector Dobbs Kobik in 9 episodes of Land of the Giants from 1968 to 1970. In 1992, Hagen relocated to Grants Pass in the southwestern region of Oregon, where he participated in concerts, dinner theaters, and theatrical productions in Medford, Ashland, and Grants Pass, including the solo performance, A Playful Dose of Prairie Wisdom. In 2004, Hagen received a diagnosis of esophageal cancer. He passed away on July 9, 2005, at his residence in Grants Pass. Hagen is survived by his son, Christopher, and his spouse, Jan, whom he wedded in 1993. Jonathan Gilbert as Willie Olson. Jonathan Gilbert, the younger sibling of Melissa Gilbert, portrayed Willie Olson, Nellie's brother, in his debut acting role. He featured in all seasons of Little House on the Prairie and 2 of the television movies. Additionally, he shared the screen with his sister in the 1979 made-for-TV movie The Miracle Worker. Gilbert departed from the entertainment industry at 18 to pursue studies in business administration and presently serves as an investment broker in New York, as outlined in his sister's memoir. In Melissa Gilbert's 2010 autobiography, Prairie Tale, she recounted that Paul tragically took his own life in 1976 due to enduring constant pain. Barbara subsequently wed Harold Abeles, and together they welcomed Sarah Abeles, who later changed her name to Sarah Gilbert, despite having no biological relation to Paul. In Melissa Gilbert's memoir, she mentioned that when Jonathan turned 18, he relocated from California, and she lost contact with him thereafter, for reasons reportedly unknown to her. Her memoir mentions that he currently resides in New York City and works as an investment broker. Dean Butler as Almanzo. James Wilder. Dean Butler embodies the role of Almanzo Wilder, who later becomes Laura's husband. Affectionately nicknamed Manly by Laura, Almanzo also caught the eye of Nellie Olson and other young women in Walnut Grove. Butler has made appearances in numerous television shows such as The New Gidget as Jeff Moondoggie, Griffin, and Buffy the Vampire Slayer as Hank Summers, Buffy's father. On the theatrical stage, he starred as Rapunzel's prince in the original Broadway production of Into the Woods. As a filmmaker, Butler has curated bonus features for the DVD collections of Little House on the Prairie and served as the narrator for a 6-part documentary titled The Little House Phenomenon. Additionally, he produced 2 documentaries, Little House on the Prairie, The Legacy of Laura Ingalls Wilder, and Almanzo Wilder, Life Before Laura. In 2021, Butler tied the knot with actress Katharina Cannon. Their paths first crossed in the 1980s when Cannon auditioned for Landon's series Father Murphy. She is most recognized for her portrayal of Felice, Donna Martin's mother, on Beverly Hills 90210. Dabbs Greer as Reverend Robert Alden. Edwin Hyde. Robert. Alden served as an American Congregational minister. He was among the real-life individuals who inspired a character in both the Little House on the Prairie book series, authored by Laura Ingalls Wilder, and its television adaptation on NBC. From 1992 to 1996, he tended to the spiritual well-being of the residents of the fictitious Rome, Wisconsin, portraying Reverend Henry Novotny in Picket Fences. Additionally, he made a guest appearance on an episode of Charles in Charge as Buzz Powell. In a May 9, 1991 episode of L.A. Law titled On the Toad Again, Greer portrayed a character struggling with an addiction to a substance derived from licking the skin secretions of psychoactive toads. In the 1997 film Con Air, Greer featured as an elderly man discovered hiding beneath a pickup truck at Lerner Field. Although most of Greer's nearly 700 appearances in movies and television were in supporting roles, he expressed in a 2000 interview with the Albany Times-Union that every character actor in their own little sphere is the lead. Greer passed away on April 28, 2007, at Huntington Hospital in Pasadena due to kidney failure and heart disease. He was laid to rest in Peace Valley Cemetery in McDonald County, Missouri. Victor French as Isaiah Edwards. Victor French portrayed Isaiah Edwards in Little House on the Prairie, a rugged individual who later made his home in Walnut Grove. French appeared in more than 50 episodes and all 3 TV movies. He also took on directing duties for 18 episodes and the feature films Little House. Look back to yesterday and Little House, bless all the dear children. The son of actor Ted French, he gained prominence as an actor and stuntman in television and film westerns such as Gunsmoke and Bonanza. In his final acting role, he reunited with Landon on Highway to Heaven. Over 5 seasons, he starred as Mark Gordon, a retired law enforcement officer, and directed an additional 12 episodes. French passed away on June 15, 1989, at the age of 54. Just 3 months after being diagnosed with lung cancer. Jason Bateman as James Cooper Ingalls. Jason Bateman became part of the Little House on the Prairie cast when he was 12 years old. He played James Cooper Ingalls, the second adopted son of Caroline and Charles. Bateman's career flourished in the 1980s with sitcoms like Silver Spoons, It's Your Move, and The Hogan Family. Additionally, he starred in the movie Teen Wolf 2. In 2003, he secured the role of Michael Bluth on Arrested Development, garnering 2 Emmy nominations. He has also delved into drama, taking on the role of Marty Byrde in the crime drama Ozark and directing 9 episodes. In 2019, he earned an Emmy Award for Outstanding Directing for a drama series for his contribution to the episode Reparations. Bateman has been wedded to Amanda Anka, the daughter of crooner Paul Anka, since 2001. They share 2 daughters, Francesca Nora and Maple Sylvie. Matthew Labiorteau as Albert Quinn Ingalls. Matthew Labiorteau made his debut on Little House on the Prairie in 1976, initially appearing as a younger Charles Ingalls in flashbacks. Later, he joined the cast as Albert, the adopted son of Charles and Caroline, a character specifically created for the series. Labiorteau's sibling also featured in the show as Laura's companion, Andrew Andy Garvey. Reflecting on his casting in the series during an interview with Pop Culture Retro, Labiorteau expressed gratitude, stating, "Little House on the Prairie at the time, everybody wanted to work on it. They wanted to work with Landon. They knew it was such a family crew and cast, and it was something that everyone strove to work towards. I just got very lucky." Following his stint on Little House, he made guest appearances on The Love Boat and Night Court. Additionally, he starred in 2 short-lived TV series, The Red Hand Gang and Whiz Kids. By the mid-1990s, he transitioned to voice acting for animated series and video games, notably lending his voice to Jaden Yuki in Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. Labiorteau tied the knot with his spouse, Leslie, in 2020 and has embraced the role of stepfather to her 2 children. Shannon Doherty as Jenny Wilder. Shannon Doherty was selected for the role of Jenny Wilder, Laura and Almanzo's niece, in 1983. Following this, Doherty starred in Our House and Heathers before securing the iconic role of Brenda Walsh in Beverly Hills 90210. She later appeared in the Kevin Smith film Mallrats and the television series Charmed. In 2023, the performer and filmmaker launched Let's Be Clear with Shannon Doherty, a podcast reflecting on her life and career. I wanted to provide clarity on my experiences working with Michael Landon on Little House, Wilford Brimley on Our House, and discuss the days of 90210. What was it like being on the cover of Rolling Stone magazine in your early 20s? From Charmed to Heathers and Mallrats, she explained to People. Doherty has been candid about her battle with breast cancer since her initial diagnosis in 2015. She shared her journey with People in a cover story in November 2023, disclosing that the stage 4 cancer had metastasized to her bones. "I'm not finished living, I'm not finished loving, I'm not finished creating, I'm not finished hopefully making positive changes," she expressed. Kyle Richards as Alicia Sanderson Edwards. Kyle Richards became part of the Little House on the Prairie cast in 1975, portraying Alicia Edwards, the adopted daughter of Grace and Isaiah Edwards, for 18 episodes spanning seasons 2 through 8. Among her notable credits are Lindsay in Halloween and Nurse Dory Kearns in ER. Since 2010, she has been a primary member of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, alongside her siblings Kim Richards and Kathy Hilton. Richards wed Guraish Al-Jafri in 1988, and their union lasted until 1992. In 1996, she tied the knot with Mauricio Umansky, a Los Angeles-based real estate agent. Their marriage came to a close in 2023. She is a proud mother of 4 daughters: Farah, from her marriage to Al-Jafri, and Alexia, Sophia, and Portia, from her union with Umansky. Melissa Gilbert as Laura Ingalls. Melissa Gilbert embarked on her acting journey at a tender age, securing the role of Laura Ingalls Wilder when she was just 9 years old. Her portrayal graced the screen for a decade, earning her a nomination for the Golden Globe Awards. "In all honesty, being part of Little House on the Prairie stands as one of the greatest blessings in my life," Gilbert expressed in a 2022 conversation with Yahoo Entertainment. "Growing up amidst such an amazing cast and crew was an invaluable experience. They became like a second family to me." While immersed in Little House, Gilbert also featured in 2 television films, The Miracle Worker in 1979 and The Diary of Anne Frank in 1980. In 1985, at a mere 21 years old, she claimed the distinction of being the youngest actress to receive a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Her acting journey continued, encompassing over 40 made-for-TV movies. From 2001 to 2005, she held the presidency of the Screen Actors Guild, SAG, marking her as the 3rd woman to helm such a position. A prolific writer, Gilbert penned 4 books, including Prairie Tale in 2009, My Prairie Cookbook in 2014, and Back to the Prairie, A Home Remade, A Life Rediscovered, in 2022. Gilbert exchanged vows with Bo Brinkman from 1988 to 1994 and welcomed her first son, Dakota, in 1989. Her union with Bruce Boxleitner followed in 1995, bringing forth her second son, Michael, named in honor of Landon. Nonetheless, they parted ways in 2011. In 2013, she entered marital bliss with Timothy Busfield and opted for a life away from the glitz of Hollywood, settling initially in Michigan and later in the serene environs of the Catskills in New York. Additionally, she co-founded Modern Prairie, a venture catering to the lifestyle needs of mature women. In conclusion, revisiting the beloved cast of Little House on the Prairie, from both the original series in 1974 and the imagined reboot in 2024, allows us to appreciate the timeless impact of this iconic show. As we've seen, the actors have grown and evolved over the years, but their contributions to television history remain etched in our hearts. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more nostalgic content. Until next time, stay tuned and keep the Prairie spirit alive.